Hey guys, Aqua Adventure here. Just want to say thanks. Had such a great outpour of feedback and comments from the last video that I thought I'd shoot one more. Just want to say thanks again to everyone. Last year really sucked. Staying at home, COVID, and all that. This community kind of centered me, made me feel at home again, brought peace and love and all that good stuff. But no, it really, it was a great year because of this. I have made so many friends. I have met people that just want to see me succeed in this community. And, you know, I have now a network of people that I can rely on to continue doing a hobby that I really love doing. And if you follow my page, I've got so many tanks now and terrariums and nano tanks and mosses growing, and it's just because of this community and the outreach of people that there are that just want to see you succeed and, you know, have fun with what you're doing. So the reason I'm doing this video is I've had a couple issues here recently with a couple tanks, and I was talking to a couple friends and they were always asking me, well, you have beautiful tanks, and I love this tank, and this tank is so awesome, and I'm battling with algae, and I can't get rid of it, and whatnot, and you guys never have it, and I always say, it's just stop. Stop for a second. I know where you've been. If I look back a year ago, I was that guy. I was that guy looking at Ride Escape Guy, and MN Aquascape, and Aquarium Psycho, and Corey, and Spencer, and Angie, and man, those tanks are beautiful. I mean, they don't have any issues. And, you know, I started talking to people and I started realizing they do have issues. I mean, Farmer has issues. Somebody that I watch on YouTube all the time. I mean, he'll show it every once in a while. I mean, an algae outbreak, he forgot to do something and this happened, or he had to get rid of these plants because this happened. So my little tad bit of information that I can give out, because, you know, I'm like here compared to, you know, everyone else out there. Don't be afraid to ask people in this community. This community is so amazing, and everyone that I've met on here only wants to see people succeed, that there is no dumb question that you can't ask. And if you think it's a dumb question, don't worry, I've asked it. If you don't believe me, talk to my friend MN Aquascape. I trust me, I've asked every question. And that's just kind of me. That's who I am. I'm not afraid to want to learn and want to grow and ask a question. And from what I've learned, I want to let all the people that may be hesitant to ask a question or try something new, don't be. Because there's going to be someone that you watch on IG or YouTube or Facebook, and all it takes is, hey, well, how did you do that? Or how did you get rid of this problem? That they won't take the time out of their day to make sure you succeed. If you look at Spencer and Angie and what they're doing with Quality Matters, it proves the point that this community is probably the best networking and group of people that I've ever been a part of. And I mean, I've been in a lot of corporate situations and networks and what have you, that if I were to take this network of people, I wish I could clone it and put it everywhere else, because the love, support, and everything else that you can get out of this group of people is astronomical, in the sense that you're going to get the love, the respect, the help, and anything else that you want out of it, and it's just at your fingertips. All you gotta do is say, hey, I've got a question, and I promise you, whoever you ask, they're gonna answer. If not, they're gonna reach out to you. And I'll tell you one thing, and I'll make you this promise. If you're afraid to ask a question, reach out to me. Most likely, you know, I've got a good knowledge now, but most likely I won't know it. But if you reach out to me, I'm not gonna make fun of you, but I will reach out to someone, get the answer, and I'm gonna get back to you with that answer. So that's my little thing for you guys. If anyone out there is afraid to ask a question, just ask me. I'm just a little guy in this whole thing. I'll find the answer for you and I will get back to you. So if that's what I can get back to this community, then I would be more than happy to be that little anchor in making sure everyone in this can succeed, because I know if it wasn't for some of the people that I named off, including Paula and Dark Water Tropics, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be making beautiful scapes, wouldn't be happy. I would be down in the dumps because of COVID, and life would have just been a bummer. But it hasn't been. I channeled my energy into all this, and I met super amazing friends, and I couldn't be happier. So, like I said, thank you to everyone out there. So this whole video I wanted to talk about was a couple of issues that I had with algae. It happens. What can I say? I didn't think that it happened to everyone, but it does. And if you look at MN Aquascape's weekly blog this week, it's all about algae. If you actually go to his page, there's so much wealth of information that you look at all his hashtags. If you have a question, it's there. So if you don't want to ask me, you don't want to ask somebody else, just go to his page. I'm telling you, the answer's probably there. If not, you can go to Farmer's Book, you can go to countless other books and find the answer. But like I said, don't be afraid to just ask. So anyway, 3125, they were beautiful tanks, just thriving. I couldn't have been happier with them, but just like everything else, I always want to try something new, so I rescaped both of them. And I went from one day a beautiful tank to, hey, let's do something new, which is fine. We all do it. But the problem I had is I went from a fully operational ecosystem to the next day hitting the gas pedal, going 100 miles an hour down the road, and treating it like that right after I rescaped it, which doesn't work. I should have treated them like a new setup. I should have done some more water changes. I should have, watched what the ferts I was doing. I should have watched how my lights were doing. There was a lot of things that I could have done a little bit better. But I pinpointed the issue, asked a couple friends, what I was doing, and I was like, of course. I treated it like a fully functional ecosystem, and they're on the mend. I figured it out about a week ago. BBA is pretty much all gone. I've got a little bit of green algae. I've got a treatment plan for that. 3-4 weeks. They're gonna be stunning. This tank here, I'm gonna do a little video after this, show you how beat it up it is. And this was just clearly from not treating it right. I did 6 weeks dry start on it, did everything correct on it. I did it just like this tank. This tank is thriving. I've got the ferts, the CO2, the lighting, I got it all down. For some reason, I kind of just neglected this one. I was like, oh, it's beautiful, I'm just gonna let it go. Well, I got hair algae, I got PBA, I've got green. The only thing that's really not affected is the rotella and the floating plants. But I'm not gonna give up. We're gonna fight it, and within month and a half, it's gonna be stunning again. It still looks great. It's just the algae is higher than the growth rate. So I'm gonna get the growth rate up and get the algae down, and I'm gonna do that by some higher ferts, CO2 correct, the lighting correct, and we're just gonna get it back. I'm not gonna give up. And that's all I can say to all you guys out there is don't give up. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to try something new. They'll get fixed. I've got countless tanks here that are thriving. I've got the Flex that I redid that I couldn't be happier with. I can't believe how fast I rescaped it to how fast I'm getting growth in it. I've already trimmed it twice now. I've got so much growth in it, it's ridiculous. This thing here I trim every week now. I've got a bonsai tree that I've always wanted, and then I've got a tank behind me that's really doing well, that is kind of a little sensitive right now because I want it to get just perfect before I show it off. There's a couple more things I want to add to it, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a great one. So anyway, that being said, thank you again to everyone. I hope you all have a good night, and if you got any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Thank you again. Peace out. Hey guys, just do me a favor. If you like this video and you want to see more, drop a couple comments below that you would like to see more. If not, it's all good. No one wants to see this mug on the TV anyway. But thanks again for watching, and if you have any feedback too, just leave it below. Thanks again. Have a great night.